Hi, I'm Rachel from Jimmy Beans Wool, and I have in front of me here a lot of the pattern support from Shibui for all of their various different yarns. I don't know if you've ever checked out their patterns before, but they do a really gorgeous line of patterns to go with all their yarns. They're very modern, urban, interesting, but still pretty simple to knit. Like, they have a lot of details, very architectural looking, different things going on with cowl necks and stuff. It's a theme throughout all their patterns, really, but they look so wearable too at the same time. They do this amazing mesh of updated and interesting and new, but also wearable, which isn't always the case. So it's really cool patterns. I definitely recommend checking them out, especially if you're wanting to work with the Shibui yarns, because the other thing that they do with their patterns is they like to combine fibers a lot. So they'll put like the new Pebble yarn, which is a cashmere blend, with the Seema yarn, which is a silk blend. So you get this interesting play between the different fibers in the yarns, and they do such a good job of that with their pattern support, and it kind of takes the guesswork out of it. So if you've been wanting to put a cashmere and a silk together to see how they react, you can try one of their patterns, and they sort of, it's a good way to try that kind of fiber combining. So anyway, let me show you the different lines. I think the newest one here is called Shibui Form, and their lovely model here, she just shows you how really cool and interesting these patterns are. So I think most of these are using, like I said, a combination of different yarns. The Shibui Baby Alpaca features in a lot of these. But you can see they're really pretty, really modern. I mean, I could see, wearing this to the office, right? Like, it's just a really cool piece. So I love the line on this sweater, and otherwise it's just a basic stockinette sweater, but you can see that the back of it kind of dips down a little bit. So you get something interesting with it, as well as just like a basic stockinette sweater. And this piece is super cool. So we had the trunk show here recently, and this, the way it wraps around your neck, it adds like a cowl to it, which is really cool. And it's such a neat piece, a great, throw it on over the top of whatever you're wearing for the day kind of thing. So that is the Shibui Form line of patterns. Then we also have the Shibui Geometry, which, like I said, is another lot of combining of fibers, combining of color. This is my personal favorite. It's got this gorgeous cowl neck on it, and the construction is super interesting. So you have an overlayer and an underlayer, and it gives you lots of different ways to wear it. So they're so interesting with the different things that they do with their designs. So you got a basic scarf, and then an oversized sweater, an accessory set, and a really neat cowl, and another kind of oversized sweater, sort of in that open front drapey thing that's really popular right now. So they're really, really super modern and really in with the times on what's fashionable. So great patterns. And then there's the Shibui Mix line, which has a lot of patterns in it. I think they're up to like 35 or so. They just kind of keep adding about 10 or so, 5 to 10 patterns each season. So, and we have all of them, or we should, as long as they're still in print. So I'm not going to show you every single one here, but you can see, the same, like with the other pattern collections, they do a lot of fiber combining. They've got these really neat ombre patterns this is from a couple years ago. They were super popular. And then we get into the newer stuff here. Let me show you the most recent ones. Oh, like this cowl, I think I talked about it on the Pebble video too. This cowl is so pretty. It's chevron, and I got to touch it in person, and there's just something about seeing a pattern in person that makes you go, oh my god, I have to knit this. And I love the colors and the drape of the two yarns, the Pebble and the Seema held together. It was just amazing, and I never would have thought to put those two yarns together. So that's why their pattern support is so cool. So yeah, there's lots of sweaters, cute hats. Definitely, if you're thinking about trying out their yarns, I definitely think checking out their pattern support is a good way to go. They've just got some really cool pieces. So anyway, that is the Shibui line of patterns. We've got Shibui Mix, Shibui Geometry, and Shibui Form. So if you're looking to work with Shibui yarns, definitely check out all of these patterns, and you're sure to find something that'll work for you. So anyway, I'm Rachel from Jimmy Beans Wool. Thanks for watching.
Thunder rumbles on this American summer night.